curses.
Yeah.
I tell my children that often. And it took me to move to Charlotte to realize I was a part of a generational curse.
Yeah.
Because I was moving the same way and I was thinking the same way and I was expecting the same things. Not realizing there's so much more.
Yeah.
You understand? So sometimes when you step out the box, look in the box, you'll see those circles don't go in that square peg.
Yeah.
The circle's going to circle, the square's going to squares.
Right.
But I had to step about the box and realize there's a whole lot of dysfunctional going on here. So that's why I was dysfunctional.
Yeah.
I had to break that generational curse. Now that I'm starting to break it, opportunities are starting to open for me. I'm no longer locked inside of, like you said, the anger, the attitude, you know, the poverty.
Yeah.
You know, because if you think poor, you're gonna be poor. If you think rich, prosperity will come. You know.
Let me just ask the question. So, when did that click for you though? Like, did you have to go through relationships and childhood and raising kids and all of that?
It should have clicked, honestly. I was in prison for 6 years.
Okay.
You know, separated from my children for 6 years. And truthfully, I came home and still jumped right back into the same thing that got me sent away.
Well,
You know, I didn't learn. But it's like, okay, I have to take care of my kids. But you have other ways to take care of your children,
Right.
Rita. But again, this is what I'm surrounded by.
Yeah.
You know, this is who I am.
right.
It's who I thought I was. And that would be my model too. As I am, I have it on my hand. You know, I tapped a long time ago. This is who I am. Accept me as I am or don't accept me at all.
Yeah.
But I was a slave. You know, mentally I was a slave, but I still couldn't accept. I couldn't see past what I was inside of. So
That's good right there.
yeah, I couldn't see past it. So I was home. You know, I had converted my religion. I converted to Islam. And in that I was still lost. You know, because sometimes when we trying to find an answer, we dive deep into a religion.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, instead of the religion is not going to help you. It has to come internally.
It's internal.
You know, it's an internal thing.
Right.
So I found Islam, and it was still feeling like something was missing. I didn't know what's going on. My daughter's friend, you know, she lived here. I said, let me go to Charlotte. First moment I stepped on the plane, I said, I'm coming back.
Right.
Me and my children moved here 30 days later. I went home. I said, we moved to Charlotte.
Yeah.
30 days.
Yeah.
We were gone. No furniture, no nothing. All we had was clothes. Slept on air mattresses, you know? Because I felt I had to get away in order to find myself.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Right.
the longer I've been away, the more I found myself. You know, the peace.
Yeah.
My son will tell you, I don't call me with no drama. Oh, no. I don't, right or wrong. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
I'm not there anymore.
Yeah.
You know? I'm not there with the, let's talk about the, oh no, we don't do that.
Right.
We're here for loving one another. So if you can't love one another with me, please don't call my phone. You know, but again, like I said, I had to step away in order for me to see where I was messed up at.
Right.
And
Trying to find it and you know, and mind you, I'm a more spiritual person.
Yeah.
I don't put a label on myself, and I don't. If you want to, that's you. But me,
Right.
you know, I had to find what was best for me.
That's it.
What that had to work for me. You know what I mean? So that's what I did. And when we finding that, that's when my peace came.
Yeah.
You know, now I'm more peaceful because that wasn't me back home.
Yeah.
It was a facade.
Right. Okay.
And again, it was a generational curse because
Yeah.
this is what everybody else is doing.
Of all the adults in the room, nobody, I think Ronnie, the owner of this establishment, is probably the only person I know that is from Charlotte that's in here. I'm from Baltimore. My wife's from Baltimore. Irma's from the Bronx. Y'all from Patterson. He's from
Right.
the videographer. He's from Brooklyn.
Okay.
Like, so at some point, and the conversation I've had with all y'all is like, yo, at some point I needed something different.
Yeah.
I had to change
Absolutely.
my environment. I had to move. So the question is, how bad of a role, I think you've already said it, but how much of a role does poor environment play in the decisions that you make?
I'm a prime example. If she told me that if I had left when they left, I would have never gotten in trouble or any trouble at all, no trouble whatsoever. Because I went to jail, I came home, and she was ready to leave, and I wasn't. I was trapped basically. I wanted to catch back up with my friends, get back in tune into the streets, you know, figure out what was going on, get back on the scene, because I was away. And all that led to was more trouble, more trouble, more trouble. And every time I called her, it was the same thing. Like, mom in trouble again. Mom in trouble again. Mom need a lawyer again. Mom caught another case. Like, and after a while, you know, she got tired of it. And I couldn't blame her for not wanting to be there, because she's gonna be there for me regardless. But I had to get some tough love. Like, you know, I don't want to talk to you right now. Or I don't want to be in contact with you right now. Until you figure out that what you're doing is 100% wrong, we can't talk. And you know, it hurt me after a while. Like, my mother don't want to talk to me. My father, he don't really want to talk to me. I was in my brain like, you know, forget everything. I don't care about anything. But then it wasn't worth it. Like, I got a daughter. She care about me. I got to go home to her. And the life I'm living, I'm not making it home to her eventually.
Yeah.
Eventually, I ain't making it home. Eventually, she's not going to be able to call me. Eventually, it's going to be where my father at, you know?
Right.
And the more and more I got deeper into it, and I started to settle in and realize it was a little bit too late. Just a little bit too late, you know?
Yeah.
So it was like, you could be entrapped in your environment. You know, I felt like, this what he doing, so let me do it too. Oh, I'm better than him at what he doing now. All right, so let me do what he doing now. Now we all doing the same thing. Nobody want to better themselves. Right? We all got the cars, we got the clothes, we got the money, you know, the women, blah, blah, blah. But none of it matters. Because once you go up in there, none of it matters anymore.
Yeah.
None of it matters anymore. You're a number, you're a statistic. That's all you become. You ain't no different from him, whether he had 4 cars, you had 5 cars. Y'all all numbers now, y'all all in this system. And we are in complete control of your life now.
And even that, the griefs as well.
Yeah.
That's something that you can't come back from.
Nah, you
Yeah.
can't come back from it.
Yeah.
It's not, at the end, what they need to realize though, because even my age, it took me long, I just turned 25. It's people who are, that 15 years on me, who still think the same, as if like, you know, they stuck. Like, they come home, this is what they still into. Like, 41 years old, your mind is set on, I gotta go hustle. Oh, I gotta get back to this, I gotta get back to this. And you're 41.
Because it's the environment.
But it's the environment, you feel me? And if every time I came down here by my mother, I felt like at ease, like peaceful. Like, man, I don't even want to go home.
Right.
I don't want to go home. Like, what I'm going back there for? There ain't nothing there. But I messed up by letting my name get put in the system to where as though I have to go home because I gave these people control over me.
Yeah.
So once you put your name in the system, that's control. Now they control your life. And the best thing to never do is never give nobody control of your life so you can do whatever you feel like you want to do.
I think it's also ego.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Because ego is a killer.
Yeah, 'cause I dealt with a lot of pride.
Yeah, I can't let nobody think I'm this. That was me.
I can't let nobody run up on me. I can't let them see me slipping.
There you go.
I thought like that for
Yeah.
4 years.
And I used to
I'm
tell
better
him that,
than
like,
that, yeah.
Nafis, I've been there.
I've
You
been
know,
there.
you know when I say his whole name, I'm serious.
Yeah,
Like,
she called me on
Nafis,
my
I've
government.
been there. You know what I mean? That pride, that ego, you know, Nita the baddest. Oh, I don't even care about that. Please, just take that stigma off of me. You know what I mean? But like I told him, it's the ego. Once you let go of that ego, the true you will emerge.
I haven't been paranoid since I've been down here.
Yeah.
I haven't looked over my shoulder. I get sleep. None of the things I was able to do when I was up there. This is like the first time in a long time I've slept for 8 hours.
Yeah.
I woke up like, wow, yeah, that felt great.
Right, yeah.
No, I'm used to. I was
More of this, right?
Yeah, what? Man, what? Like, Ma, you cooked? Okay,
Yeah,
all
right,
right. Like, I wasn't getting that back up there. You feel me? I would go to sleep 4 hours. If you ask my mom, she checked my Instagram. I'm up all night. I can't even sleep at night. I sleep during the day. Yeah.
On social media. He goes 2 hours long and he's 5.
Yeah.
Most of the day in the day is 4 hours, 3 hours.
That's gotta cause some trauma with you.
Yeah.
Because even though you detach from the drama, you don't want that in your life, you still, your heart is attached to your baby. I mean, they cut the umbilical cord, but it really don't never get cut. You know what I mean? So how do you deal with the trauma now? Like, knowing that he's making decisions that aren't best for him. How do you manage
I
that?
now realize what my mother's wanting.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's when it hit. Because when you're going through it, you don't, I mean, come on, you're old. You know, in my head, times is different. So we can't relate.
Right.
So when he started doing this, she could relate.
Could relate.
Again, history just repeats
It
itself.
does.
You know?
Yeah.
Nothing changes but the date.
Yeah, that's it.
So now I get it.
Yeah.
Stuff hurts.
Yeah.
You know it
Yeah.
hurts. Like,
Yeah.
oh no.
Yeah. So I want to bring the young people in the conversation. Because the other day, I met you in the Lyft. I like driving Lyft. I get to stay in the world, stay in tune with the people, right? And because it's like a production for me now, I create a Lyft question of the week. This week's Lyft question of the week, even though I knew the answer, it was a question. I would be like, so what's a op? Right?
Don't say that.
Oh Lord, my wife's so embarrassed. But so I'm gonna bring the young people in. Y'all, well, I ain't gonna ask you what an op is, but I want y'all to talk about how you guys manage dealing with. Matter of fact, no. RJ, I'm gonna put it on you. Explain to the people that don't know, to your grandmother that's watching. Tell her what an op is.
It's basically like opposition, somebody who's opposite, like bloods and crips.
Like your enemy?
Your enemy. It's to a certain extent when you phrase them as an enemy though. The op could be
Anybody?
just somebody you don't like.
Right.
In your eyes, like I don't like him. Yeah.
Okay.
So I thought it was a photo op.
Nah.
That's exactly what I said.
Yeah.
I was like, well, you have a photo op, you have, he was like, oh my God.
So I come in the house. I'm like, my wife is biracial.
No.
She's really not, but that's what we say. We tease her like she's got that other side, right? And it comes out. So I'm like, babe, what's the op? She's like, oh yeah, photo op.
It's okay. It's good that you didn't know what I
Listen, and see, it's different because where I was going down a slippery slope, living in Baltimore. So when we transitioned here, yeah, you get this other side now where you didn't get that in Baltimore. You got, I was always, what you call me? When you say I'm TTG, trained to go. That's what I was, trained to go. 100% always, it didn't matter. So, and of course, sometimes now it slip out. You know, if I'm angry or if I'm upset, you'll see that other side come out. But I'm grateful now that it's totally transitioned. So I'm happy about, they be like, my wife biracial or whatever. I'd be like, hey, I'm peaceful though. I'm in a good space.
Young people are really, they making everybody enemy these days. Like the patience is so short, the fuse is so short. And I believe that because they haven't experienced the reality that Nas has.
Yeah, they don't see.
They don't. Yeah.
Music, video games, they friends do. They think it's all cool.
Right.
Until you behind that stand and knees is like this and your mother's behind you.
Yeah.
And now you don't know if you're going to jail for 3 years or 20 years.
Yeah.
And all you got is your family behind you. Now it's real. Now it's like, all right.
Yeah, because the homies ain't there.
they disappear.
When I tell you the courtroom, it was my
They-
mother, my baby mother, my daughter, and my sister.
But
Not
they having
one
a whole
friend.
conversation they having a whole conversation on Instagram about it. Yo, what's going on?
Free my
with it?
boy.
Yo, I don't know.
Right.
So the last
I ain't
time
see nobody in court.
Right, free my boy.
I turned around, I looked around, looked back. It's my mother, my sister, my baby mother, and my daughter. Not nobody I never did nothing for, did nothing with, helped out, stood outside all day with. Nobody I ever did anything with was with me in court but my mother, my sister, my daughter, and my baby mother.
Yeah.
All of it don't matter. Once you get locked up, they don't care about you anymore.
Yeah.
They're gonna say free you, yeah, cool. What is freeing you? You saying free me is doing nothing to help me get my freedom at all.
Yeah.
Whatsoever.
Yeah.
Feel me? Once them people get in control of you, they have control. For as long as they want control of you, they're gonna have control of you. That's why the best thing to do is to avoid it. None of it is cool like that. You think it's cool, it look cool, got a stack of money like that. I did all of that. It's not cool. It's not worth it.
And even okay, with me, right? When I did the 6 years, 5 years parole. I'm highly intelligent, I have my own technique and everything. I just tried to apply for a position at a company. My background came up.
Yeah.
This was in 2006. You know what I mean? My background came up.
Yeah.
You don't even see me for who I am, you see me for who I was.
Yeah.
So you have to be mindful of the decisions that you make today.
Because they follow you.
Yeah.
for life.
They follow you.
You understand?
For sure.
Like, what
Sure.
my backgrounds, what do you mean? You know? So now I have to pay for expungement and things like that. Again, it's decisions that I made, so you have to be mindful, you know? Forget them ops and the cops.
It ain't worth it. None of it is worth it. And that's what I be trying to tell. Even the younger ones that's still up there that I still talk to. When I was there, I was teaching them the wrong thing. And then when I got in my situation, it was like, nah. You think it's worth it. I may explain it to you like it is. It's not.
Right.
None of it's not. None of it's not. Your mother crying not. Your family missing you not. You not being a man not. Because now you're not there.
Right.
Feel me? I'm not. How am I to tell my daughter, oh, daddy did this, not caring about you? Because I have to be 100% honest about it. I couldn't have cared about her if I was doing it.
Yeah.
You feel me? That's I can't confuse her. I didn't care about you at the moment if I was doing that.
Yeah.
Because your life wasn't in my brain as what I was doing.
Yeah.
So you can't lie to your kids. That's the number one thing you can't do.
Yeah.
I never lied to my daughter. She's 4 years old. She's understand I've been in jail. She's understand, daddy, I did the wrong things that led me to go to jail and might have to go back to because of my actions, you know. But I'm your father and I love you to death.
Yeah.
But I messed up.
Yeah.
You know, and you can't keep dwelling on it. You gotta move on from it.
Yeah.
Like, this is what's gonna happen, this is what's gonna happen. I gotta be a man about what I did. But in the meantime of me being a man, I'm gonna explain to younger men it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not worth it at all. Not a little bit. Not when nobody may think it look like it's worth. It's not. It's
That's
nothing.
what I love.
I found that nothing is cooler than being a family man.
Yeah.
Nothing is
That is
cooler.
peace.
Like, what is not cooler than being able to go home, put the key in the door, and then see your kids, your wife,
Bruh,
food getting
let me
cooked.
tell you.
Like, ain't nothing better than that.
Can I chime real quick, because I love that, because what that tells me, and I think it's really a lot of people that come from up north as well. Like, so if I did something, I'm willing to be accountable for what I did. Like, all right, I messed up. All right, I'm willing to accept the consequences. That's what I'm looking for.
Right.
And I'm finding now that these generations, they want to, you know, stand in that position, but then when it comes down to the nitty gritty, they don't want to stand in it. Like,
Right.
no, but you made that decision,
made
so
that.
now you got to accept what comes
Right.
with it.
Right.
You know,
And-
and so that's, you know, my kids are great. They all were born here except for the oldest. So their culture is a bit different, but I try to explain to them that even, you know, please don't wear your hood in school. When you're in school, you go to a performing arts school, he goes to a super sciencey kid school, and then she goes to a performing arts school too. I don't really have to worry about her because she's a girly girl, but for the boys, because they're so impressionable, you know, it's like, why you got that on your head? It's a time and place for everything.
Yeah.
I work for State Farm and I'm an agent. So when you in my office and people coming in, you got your hood, wait, this ain't that kind of vibe. This ain't that type of atmosphere. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then it causes people to look at you in a certain way, whether you that person or not. Now they're perceiving you to be a part of the gang or whoever. And, you know, the oldest mostly, he don't understand. No, they grouped you. They cupped you now because you look just like the ones that's not doing nothing. Parents don't care, whatever. And then, you know, my husband and I have to come and be like, no, we care about our son. You're going to know who we are, you know, da-da-da-da-da-da. But at the end of the day, we need you to meet us halfway too. Like, we can't just keep, no, you're going to have to stand up, bruh. Take it off.
Yeah.
It's not the time.